Let's get this gosh darn show on the road.
Oh no, hold on.
You're in a room. A podcast is happening. You're back in the room.
I thought that was going to be like a text-based adventure there.
Y/N.
You can go east, but not west.
Aye. We are live
Hello.
here in Studio 117 in Stephen's garage, and it's no live because we're recording this on Saturday morning.
I don't know where you got 117 from.
Just a number. My name's Joe Fisher. I'm joined by
right.
Stephen Smith.
Hello.
This week's Get Wrekt podcast is brought to you by Barramania,
Fat asses.
which I got Stephen to watch, which is just a Botchamania video, but entirely made up of
Scott Steiner.
Scott Steiner stuff,
Guy's
and it amounts to about like 20 minutes.
a mess. There's more than one.
Aye.
Like,
Mhm.
Yep.
Did you see that video of Kane trying a hurricane runner?
no.
That's great. So
Yep.
last Sunday, March 29th,
Sunday. Yes.
wrestling happened.
Mhm.
We talked about it last week
We did.
before it happened,
Mhm.
and now it has happened, so we're going to talk about it after it having happened. Now.
Yes.
Wrestling.
Yes.
So, we saw live wrestling in the flesh. We saw real people wrestle.
Saw sweaty men
Mm-hmm.
grab each other.
Real wrestling in the real life.
The wrestling : the real.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
We went to Barramania at the Barrowlands.
Yep.
They started the show by announcing that they're going to the SECC,
Yes, they are.
which is like 5,000 people, which is crazy.
It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Fear and Loathing.
Indeed. November 15th.
Just 9. Fear and Loathing 9.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. I think
Yeah,
it's 8, maybe.
Is it?
I'm not sure. So, the first match, the first bout of the evening was an 8-man tag match.
It was.
And it was the 55, which consisted of Kid Fight, Tim Wiley, Sha Samuels and Bram
Yep.
for TNA
That's true.
against Grado, Noam Dar, Kenny Williams and Joe Hendry, Global Hero.
Yes.
A lot of people were still getting into the place when it started
Aye.
and were standing in front of us. So
Aye. That was a pain in the arse.
aye, we chose a poor place to stand. So I kind of missed a fair amount of this match, but I've since watched it on the old ICW on demand. It was good.
Aye.
It was carnage.
What actually, no, I enjoyed.
Aye. Have you been back and watched it on demand?
No, not yet.
Right. It was basically there to get the crowd into the show, which
Aye.
it did, because there was jumping off the stage and fighting through the crowd and Bram being a dick.
Aye.
And I think a lot of the people around us didn't know who Bram was.
A lot of people around us didn't know who fucking people were.
Aye.
The entire time.
Aye. Which I guess is a good thing, because it means more people are going to the shows,
Aye.
obviously. But I definitely noticed that a lot of the people around us didn't actually know like what the fuck was happening ever.
It's cool when you see folk who are lit into it, but
Aye.
because like they're like, holy fuck, this like that guy that was next to us, like when Wee Man came out, was like, is that Wee Man
Aye.
for the videos? And I was like, aye.
There also seemed to be a significant amount of people who were just there to drink and didn't actually give a fuck about anything that was happening in the ring.
Aye.
And then a lot of them got kicked out.
Aye.
So like at least 2 or 3 people near us get kicked out.
See, when you go to wrestling events, don't be a fucking arsehole.
Aye.
You'll just get kicked out.
Do not throw pints in the ring.
Remember that those men in this on the stage can come off of that stage and kick you out physically.
Aye, it seemed like we were kind of in eye shot of the bar.
Aye.
So like there was a lot of people there just getting smashed and then just getting kicked out for being arseholes.
Aye, pretty
So
much. Like before shit had like even really started. Someone threw something on stage and get kicked it.
I think somebody threw a pint at Red Lightning like when he was like doing his promo at the very start of the show, and they immediately were kicked out before even a match had happened.
Before he was kicked out, the crowd pointed out who he was and then was chanting at him.
He was trying to say it wasn't him.
Aye,
it was great.
Was that like on? Did you see that like on camera? Did they film that? Or
I think so. I wasn't really looking for it, but I guess so. I liked the opening match.
Aye, it was good.
Bram's huge.
He's a big guy.
He's a big dude. And he hit Joe Hendry with a chair to get the pinfall.
Aye.
And then him and Grado are having a match at Shug's House Party 2.
It's going to be mental.
Yep. Ya big hairy bastard, or whatever they called him, was hilarious.
Aye, he's like whole spiel was pretty funny.
Then we had Lewis Girvin and Mikey Whiplash.
We did.
That was great.
Aye, it was
some gosh darn wrestling.
That was
some grappling went on.
That was some wrestling.
It was great.
Aye.
So good. Lewis Girvin's brilliant.
Aye,
I'd barely seen him until recently.
They should just make him champion instead of
Drew.
They just look the same, so like.
Aye. It was a great match.
Aye.
All the chain stuff, I'm a big fan of that.
Aye,
I like
cool.
all the.
It was fucking wrestling. I think it was a bit of a drastic turn from like the first one.
Aye.
Because like I saying again, like those guys next to us were like, that was their first time.
Aye.
And I could see that they just fucking totally lost interest.
We were in a strange gaggle of people where we were standing. Because see, on the video, like people were loving this match, and like it was loud, and it was loud all the way through. But there was parts of it where we were was quiet.
It was dead.
It was totally dead. Like, there was those two guys we were next to who we kind of like had small talk with, and they were clearly big wrestling fans. And but like a lot of the people around us were quite quiet and stuff, and I was kind of worried like that it wouldn't
like pick up.
Just that it wouldn't come across well on video, but it totally did. Like every match was loud as fuck.
Aye. Well, see when you think about it, right? Because like, where their mics are is like where the ring is.
Aye.
So you're gonna hear the folk at ringside before you hear fucking.
And also, like all the people who were quiet at first, who didn't know what was happening, that were near us, were fucking into it by the end of it, man. Like loving it. So, which is awesome.
Aye.
And you didn't get a box of Tic Tacs thrown at you this time,
which
is always progress.
It's always good.
Aye, it's good to see how awesomely made the on-demand stuff is, because there is bound to be shows coming up that I'm not going to be able to go to.
Aye.
So, but the fact that it's up like the next day, and is like so well made, is like
they must
amazing.
just have fucking someone. I don't know if like maybe it just records straight onto a. When they're recording it, it records like straight onto a computer and saves, or they just get some guy sitting up all night.
I think he just sits up all night.
Edits
it's
it.
That
and, like,
you know the guy that like has been in the Square Go a couple of times and stuff, or possibly all of them. I've only seen a couple of them. Like I think he edits it and that. And apparently he's like doing it right after the show, type of thing.
Because like it's not as if it's just like one static camera as well. Like it cuts between like 3 cameras or something.
It's really good, man.
And then there's overlays on it and all that, and then like the commentary, and that's nuts.
I was watching Pro Wrestling Guerrilla stuff.
It
just looked like fucking shit, and you don't even see the entrances. It just cuts to the matches and stuff, and just they've got it down.
Totally.
And after I don't know the timings of the matches or anything, but after a decent amount of length of really good wrestling, we got the lights went out, we had the video, and BT Gunn appeared in his cool as fuck mask.
He's like weird.
Covered in blood, and just battered Mikey Whiplash. And after Girvin got the pin, battered Mikey Whiplash and like crucified him on the ropes.
And then put a thorny crown of barbed wire on his head. And just fucking left.
I love the mask.
It's cool.
And it was like, see from where we were, like see on the video, you said you haven't watched it.
I have not watched it.
Like, see on the video, like it shows you BT Gunn walking down the ramp in the dark. And the commentators are like, oh, who's this? But see for us, it was just like, oh, here, there's somebody in the fucking ring. What the fuck? Which was like really cool, because I didn't even know where he came from. Because like just the angle of where we were.
See,
I was actually, like, throughout the show I was surprised how well we could see. Because at the start, at that first match, I was like, oh shit. Like, we're totally going to have to go move and like find somewhere else to stand because you just can't.
Just like every time I go to one, just immediately a guy who's like 6 foot stands in front of me. And I'm like a small guy. So I'm just like, fuck this. I'm like leaning to like see round him, and then he leans so he can see, and I'm just like, fuck off, man.
I bet he's not even that tall, it's just in your mind.
Aye.
And then next time you tell that story, it'll be like, I was like fucking like 7 foot, man.
Like, because we were like they must be quite tall because I'm on a raised platform.
Aye.
It's worse at like the garage and that because it's just like it's all just level.
I like the garage bit because it can only go like 4 rows back or something. There's only like a certain amount of like people in it.
Aye.
But I saw great.
Aye. Well, once that guy moved, that was fine.
And I wore a hoodie the full time so we could fuck right off out the building as soon as it finished.
I was fucking
and get home for WrestleMania.
I was fucking roasting.
Aye. I was a bit like of a sweat. I was in like a sweatsuit.
I think I sweated more in the cinema last night than I did at that though, to be honest with you.
Aye. So that was awesome.
Aye.
And then BT Gunn just fucked off.
Aye, and they cut Make Whiplash like out of the ring
and took him back.
Took him off.
Then we had Stevie Boy and Mark Coffey.
Oh, that was a good match.
That was another just like really good wrestling match.
Aye.
I love Mark Coffey. I think he's amazing. Then we had Jackie Polo and Lionheart.
Yes.
And before this match, I said I would be absolutely raging if Jackie Polo won.
Mm.
But he was so good in that match that I didn't care.
Aye.
He was amazing, man. That match was fantastic.
Aye, it was really
It just wasn't what I was expecting at all. Like, at all. Just a one-sided arse kicking, basically.
Aye.
So I don't know where Lionheart goes from here. But he gets scoop slammed like a billion times.
Aye.
Oh, pardon me. Yawning like fuck here.
It goes from being like freezing to being warm in here, so like you just a yawn like crazy.
I loved the match. I loved everything about it, man. It was perfect.
Aye.
It was brilliant. It was so well done. The wrestling part of the wrestling was brilliant. I'm really excited to see where both of them go. I don't want a rematch, just because that was very definitive.
Aye.
It's like, that's it. You know what I mean?
Aye.
So I don't know what will happen, but who knows? Feel free to go into the fantasy booking of like, this is what I'd like.
I think eventually he has to beat him, but
What, Lionheart?
Aye, a while from now. He has to go be in a tag team or be in a faction and then batter a bunch of Lucy Griffin and that, and basically build back up.
I feel like he could be a really good bad guy. Lionheart, because see again the difference between where you are in the crowd. Where we were, it sounded like 50-50.
Aye.
See on video, it was 90-10 Jackie Polo. Honestly, it was as if Polo was the good guy.
Aye.
100%. You know what I mean?
I feel like if that's the case, they're going to have to turn them face at some point.
Aye, well, you
can't just be an arsehole and be a good guy.
That's why folk like him.
I fucking hate him.
It's that's the people who like him. That's why they like him. It's that.
Then they're awesome.
The thing CM Punk had going on, where he was just blatantly a bad guy, but got
he was
the
cool,
biggest cheers. Did he have a fucking singlet with his own face on it?
No, but that's just wide as fuck.
That's the best.
I'm you need to be. There's a line. I feel like there's a line. Because I like everyone else in Polo Promotions, but I don't like him.
I was booing the fuck out of him when he came out, and then he took his jacket off. I was like, fair play, man.
I couldn't, because I'm fucking blind. I thought he had a singlet with Lionheart on it.
No.
And that feel like that would have been.
Have you ever considered getting glasses?
No.
No?
No.
Probably help.
I have glasses, I just lost them.
Get more of the glasses.
No. Fuck that, they're expensive.
How much is a pair of glasses? I've never had them.
Depends how much you want to spend. If you want a Specsavers value,
aye, go.
£40. And then,
right.
like, up from there, it can go up to like $500, depending on like
$500?
Like the designer brand.
The fuck are they made out of?
They got like prescription Ray-Ban glasses.
Were they made out of gold?
I don't know. I had
What the fuck?
But the thing is like if you're like, last time I got up here I was 18, so you get like money off from the NHS and stuff like that.
That's crazy. I keep yawning. I'm sorry. So polo line hut, you got much else patter for it?
Nah.
There's a picture somewhere of polo with like the mallet on Lionheart's like throat, just leaning on it like that at the end of the match. It's hilarious.
I want more Coach Trip.
Aye.
I like Coach Trip. I want him to like just come in and.
I feel like his role of running into matches and getting battered is like a good role.
Aye. I think he'd be good for like promotional stuff.
Aye.
Just like him actually being like the coach.
So next we had Renfrew and Divers.
Yep.
Oh my fuck.
We did.
So good, man.
That was amazing.
It wasn't quite as like bloodbathy, grotesque violence as I was expecting.
Nah.
But it was still pretty heavy going.
Well, it's like you don't really expect that from Divers. You expect it from Renfrew, but like I wouldn't expect Divers to be like, I'm going to take this.
They had the barbed wire chair. That was awesome.
Aye.
So Renfrew had like a new video and stuff.
Aye.
Which was awesome.
Aye.
And came out with nurses from Silent Hill.
Aye.
One thing we didn't spot from where we were, because it was quite far away, was he got pushed out on a wheelchair.
Did they?
And then got up.
That's cool
off
as fuck.
it at the ramp.
Aye.
And then had the nurses from Silent Hill like follow him down the ramp. I don't know who was like playing them or whatever. No idea. That was really cool. And then we had Divers with new music. Some indie something.
Oh shit! I read it the other day as well, like the name of it, but I can't.
Oh right, is it like a well-known band?
I think so. I'm gonna.
It's not really my thing, so I'm kind of.
I'll look. Somebody tweeted it. And
I had like a good build-up, kind of wrestling music build-up at the start. Is that an NAK fucking background on your phone? I never noticed that. That's pretty cool. And the video was like Tron-esque.
Aye.
It was cool. And the match was awesome. They beat the shit out of each other. They fought through the crowd. We got the barbed wire chair. Loads of cool moves and stuff. It was great. I'm not sure how long it was.
I don't remember. I don't.
But it was awesome, man. I really, really enjoyed that. That was probably the match that I enjoyed the most in person that night, I think.
Aye, it was like a sort of like just any time, like I love Chris Renfrew, so I'm a bit biased, but like any time he wrestles, it's just fucking quality. So.
And then we got some story.
We got some story.
Because we'd said it was a bit weird that there was 7 matches instead of 8 last time.
Aye.
But that was because they had to fit loads of story stuff.
This guy tweets too much. There's no way I'm finding it.
Onto this show.
Aye.
There was a lot of story, which was amazing.
Which is good because like that's what you want.
Aye, that's part of what's so great about wrestling.
Aye.
So during the match, BT Gunn appeared.
He did.
And he super kicked
without his mask.
Divers.
And he's like NAK gear.
All the promo stuff, images of BT Gunn for upcoming matches is like the trench coat and mask.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're going like the NAK are fucking crazy instead of like the NAK don't give a fuck.
Instead of being like the NAK are hard, it's like the NAK are going to fucking kill you.
Aye, like they're like off the rails.
Aye.
So BT Gunn came out to help Renfrew win, and then Wolfgang came out to make the save on his motorbike, but he didn't.
He did not.
And he joined the NAK.
He did.
And then they battered Dickie Divers and Renfrew won.
Yep.
And it was amazing.
It was a fucking quality.
That was what got everybody around us really into it.
Aye.
Because it got to the point where I was just screaming.
Bush
like I wasn't even. I was just making like incomprehensible noises.
So good.
It was absolutely fantastic. Aye, and just the crowd was on fire. all the way to the end after that.
Aye.
Just, it was like such a great moment.
It was so good.
And to cap off a great match as well.
Aye. I wonder if Wolfgang will like have some like mad crazy like.
Yeah, I don't know.
He should just come out dressed like a fucking wolf. He should just have
He's
like
did that before.
I've seen the mask. You should like get a good one, and like come up.
My fantasy booking mode was like, if BT Gunn wasn't in the NAK anymore, have Jester come back, and have them be in like a crazy fucking Ministry of Darkness.
Aye.
Like team.
Aye.
With like Layla Rose and like somebody else.
Aye.
Somebody else that's crazy.
Someone else who's like a pure mad goth.
Aye. And then we had the loser leaves ICW match.
We did.
Which I felt like build up wise, it just kind of was like, these guys are going to fight for the first time, and it's also like whoever loses is fired. Which was kind of weird. It
was on Friday Night Fight Club, it was like they were tag teaming, and then they fell out. And then they were like, right, well, I'll see you at Carmel challenged Layla Rose.
Aye. It was good. It was a really good match.
Aye.
I'd never really seen Layla Rose much before, apart from in the Square Go for like a few minutes.
Aye. She's quite good.
Aye, it was good. I really enjoyed it. She did a good job of mugging off the crowd constantly.
Aye.
And just screaming at people. And one of the guys near us was really into her entrance song and sang like every word in German.
For Christ.
And like head bobbed.
It must be like Rammstein or something.
Yeah, I don't know. It was an awesome match. Layla Rose won by like referee stoppage because she choked Carmel out.
Aye.
Which is something you don't see enough.
Aye.
I hate the like picking up the arm and dropping it 3 times and then they're out. I like the kind of more MMA centric.
I like done.
Oh shit.
Well, like you have a ref in the ring, like fucking use it.
Aye.
Use the ref.
Also, my biggest pet peeve, maybe in all of wrestling, is when people's finisher is an armbar, and they sit with their arms straightened out for ages and then tap.
Aye.
Like that's why I hate Del Rio's finisher, because he just sits with her arm like that the full time. See if it was like they were holding it, and then as soon as their arm goes straight, they tap out.
Aye.
You just be like, oh no!
Aye, because like, that's what an armbar is.
Aye.
Like they should be like fighting it, and then like as soon as
that'd be a nice touch.
Aye.
I heard someone talk about it on like an American podcast.
Aye.
And it really, I was like, holy shit, you're totally right. That's a great idea. It was maybe Samoa Joe. So we had Carmel have her moment with the crowd because she was leaving ICW, and then Liam Thompson came out and made a big speech about how like all the stuff she's done, and then hit her with a chair and left.
Yep.
And like spat his wedding ring on her.
Yep. I don't. Sure.
We'll see where that goes.
Aye.
It's that thing of like you don't get that immediate like Monday Night Raw the next night to see why it happened.
Aye.
But I'm sure that'll be good.
Straight back out onto the tour will be another episode of fucking Friday Night Fight Club.
Yep.
That will probably explain it.
I think it's just like every weekend for like still
one,
another month.
There wasn't one that Friday there. There wasn't one like the weekend of Barramania. There wasn't an episode.
Aye.
But I'm assuming it will be back this week because there's not a Barramania.
Even if it's not those shows.
Aye.
Well, that's what I was meaning. Like those tour shows. Then we had the main event.
Yep.
It was Drew Galloway and Joe Coffey.
Yes.
It was fucking incredible.
It was amazing. Everyone fucking hates Drew Galloway.
I know. That's why I was saying in person the match I enjoyed most was Renfrew and Divers.
Aye.
But then when I went back and watched it, it was that. So I was just like, this is just amazing. Like, I didn't realise how much I liked Joe Coffey until that Iron Man challenge. Because, like, I've always liked him.
Aye.
And I was just like, he's a really good wrestler. And, like, he does cool stuff. And, like, Joe Coffey's good. But then I saw that in person, him and Jack Gallagher, and I was like, aye, man, like, aye, this is my guy. And, like, I got really into that match, man. I was so disappointed when Drew won. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Drew's the casual, like, I hate the term casual fan, because it's, like, used as a condescending type thing a lot of the time.
Aye, but it doesn't need to be like. Obviously, there's people that don't go to every show.
That's the casual people guy. It's like him and Grado. Like, people know who they are.
He's also a fucking bobag.
It's like, all the stuff he says comes off as really condescending. And they should just make him a bad guy, because everybody boos him anyway. So, like...
I'd never seen it to that extent, though. Like, I was, like, surprised. I wonder if he was surprised when he came out and just...
Oh, it's just like this... Just the promo after the match. It's just fake as fuck. You're like... Maybe it's on purpose. Maybe it's a long con.
It could be, but, like... I don't know. I don't know if like that's just how he speaks now.
Yeah.
Because he's been American.
That was an awesome match, man.
It was just that thing of like, you know, like when like you lose something, and someone's like, oh yeah, but like, oh, they were a good opponent, and that you're like, fuck off. Like, that's what it was like. You're just like, fuck off. That English guy, like, that was like, because everyone, a lot of people, the match ended and a lot of people just left before they done like the promo kind of thing.
Never leave.
I know, like, don't.
It ends when Simon Cassidy says it's finished.
So, and just like these two English guys appeared, and this guy was just like yelling at it. Like the entire time was just like, you're a fucking dick.
I totally forgot about that guy. Yeah, totally. Like half the fucking crowd left as soon as that match finished. And
to be fair, a lot of people want to get back for Mania, so I don't, like, obviously, like
we were in a good position where we had a ride home and like still missed the start. But what was I saying? Match was good, blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Oh, Jack Jester was right next to us in the crowd.
It was just
and then they fought into the crowd near him, and they had to like swiftly fuck off so he wasn't on camera. Because like we were all like shouting at him to like go battle through after the match, but he totally wasn't part of the show. He was just there to watch it. That guy's like really well known, man. Like he was swarmed by people.
Well, he was in both of the BBC documentaries, and he was in the paper.
And he's really good at the wrestling.
And he's a good wrestler.
He's really good at the old wrestling.
It's that thing now where it's like he's getting like the Grado treatment on like posters that on ICW posters. They're like, BBC's Jack Jester, and they're like, right, okay. He's a bit scarier, but sure.
So Drew had his bullshitty fucking... and this isn't me saying I don't like Drew Galloway as a person. I don't like his character. Obviously. I don't like his character. He's a fucking incredible wrestler.
I'm sure he's a great guy.
He's an incredible, like, in ring. He's so good, man. See, when you see how big he is, like the stuff he does, it's ridiculous. Because he dwarfed Joe Coffey. And Joe Coffey's massive. Like
when we say that we don't like wrestlers, it's not. I don't actually fucking hate Jackie Boy. Like, I'm not like I don't get raging when he comes out. Like, there is a guy that is at every ICW show that I'm pretty sure like wants to kill Drew Galloway. But that's I'm not that person.
He's amazing in the ring. They should just morph his character to fit the fan reaction more. Totally. I think. Because I'm booing him because I don't like his character, but like I feel like I'm meant to cheer him, and it's just a bit like
you're a bit like that kind of makes you want to like boo him more. You're like, this is the good guy. Well, clearly like Joe Coffey's like a better like good guy. Like, so maybe I could see it being like a long gun and just like
see if he just came out with all the belts and it was just like thanks.
Because like Dallas could totally just be like, you just go there and be a fucking spammy bastard. And like that's basically what he's been.
Especially when Jester inevitably comes back.
And then Jester come back like face.
Yeah.
And just
I can get into that.
Kick his teeth in.
Mm-hmm.
I was so like, I understand why Jester's not came back yet, but I was so gutted that it didn't just like it didn't just end with him like pointing at him like for the crowd and just like.
It's just like that way of like absence makes the heart grow fonder or whatever. It's like when Orton was away, like right before Orton got injured and left to that movie and all that shit. I was like, he's so boring. I just can't be bothered with him. And then as soon as he came back, I'm like, you know who's fucking great? Randy Orton. He's changed up some stuff as well, which has totally helped. But you know what I mean?
Aye.
Sheamus as well. Like, Sheamus was very bland, and then they've turned him heel and they've brought him back after a few months, and it's like...
I think Fear and Loathing, you're going to see Jack Jester come back.
Aye.
Probably.
Do you think they go the route of getting some, like, international people in for Fear and Loathing?
Probably. To sell more tickets.
Yeah.
Because it's more than double, like, what they've sold
More than
before.
triple.
Aye.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Aye.
I'm not saying that they couldn't do it. I totally think they could do it.
Oh, I like that they don't have that reliance on international people.
Aye.
Like, I'm a big fan of Preston City Wrestling.
Aye.
And, like, they rely a lot on international people, which is also a good thing because it's its own thing. You get a lot of cool matchups because of that you would never see.
I totally assume that...
It seems like ICW rely on their own guys like a fair amount more than just about anybody.
I totally assume that at least some of Insane Fight Club 3 is going to be based on Fear and Loathing 3 because it's in the SECC.
Sure, yeah.
Like, that's mental.
I think there's a couple of guys that they could... Well, not that I'm, like, in the business and know fucking anything about how to book wrestlers, but there's a few guys that would make sense and would be good.
I could see them.
I
could see them bringing up guys from England like El Ligero and shit like that. Like
maybe
before
they're
like, oh, let's get fucking Matt Hardy or something.
Hey, get some attitude.
I know. Just got RVD. No one does fighting RVD.
I'd say RVD would like totally fit in.
Booker T.
Like, in all seriousness, like, who do you think there is out there that would properly...
Like, fit in?
Yeah, like, there's RVD, Sabu, obviously he's been already.
I don't really know guys who aren't in...
Aye, well...
Stuff. So, like, I could only like guys who are in WWE, and those guys aren't.
Aye.
CM Punk,
Aye.
I try and think of, like, ROH guys and that, like, would actually be able to, like...
I don't know.
Like do it.
Seeing how, like, nobody knew who Bram was.
Aye. But like there'll be folk there who like
totally knew who Bram was. Aye, just like
it was probably minority folk who didn't know who Bram was.
Aye, totally.
Like, I don't know. Like maybe if they could get someone from like TNA or.
Aye, there's Mysterio.
There is.
He's 20 grand. An appearance.
Jesus Christ.
And that's dollars. And Del Rio's like 9.
You fucking Del Rio, he's quality.
He's fucking incredible. Like, he's so good.
Get Prince Puma, he's fucking off his nut.
Just so happened that his character was like totally boring in WWE.
Aye.
But like as a wrestler, he's top notch, man. Do you know who Prince Puma is? Like that's not who he is all the time.
Aye.
He's called Ricochet.
Aye.
And he won the best of the Super Juniors in New Japan last year. Like Prince Devitt won that twice.
Right.
And like he's been like champion in a bunch of other indie promotions in America and stuff.
I'd really wish, like, I'm really, really happy for Devitt, but I sometimes, like, I didn't get to see him before he left.
Aye.
So I kind of wish he was just, like, in ICW sometimes.
Yeah.
Because he's, like, so good.
And just to round off ICW, Demo came out.
Oh, fuck,
after said half part of crowd left.
Aye.
Demo came out and battled Drew Galloway.
And left for the belt.
Mm-hmm. On commentary, they mentioned that he'd earned a title shot at some point. I've not seen that.
I assume that'll probably be addressed in episodes of.
That'll be
such.
on something.
Aye.
Just to clarify, we try and avoid the other shows until they're on Friday Night Fight Club, so we can watch them as a TV show, because that's the best way to watch it.
Aye.
Really. At least from my point of view. So I like to kind of
because they totally clarify like the story stuff by having like the backstage segments. It's like way easier to.
Aye, and I prefer to not know what's going to happen and just enjoy it for what it is. So I'm sure that maybe it happened the night before Newcastle or something like that.
Aye, totally makes sense that it happened in England because.
Yep.
He's from like closer to there.
He's from Belfast.
I bet like it's like.
Nah.
Directly across rather than up the way.
I don't know.
But he might have been like wrestling elsewhere as well. And then been like, I'm going to go to ICW and win this title shot.
Overall, ICW, what you thinking? It
was quality. It's never not.
Compared to the last Barras show?
It's probably better, I'd say. But I know more now. So.
the last one was just sheer like wrestling.
Aye.
For the most part, there was like 3 returns or something. To be fair, but they were more part of stuff. As a wrestling show, I thought Fear and Loathing was better.
Yeah.
As a sports entertainment show,
Aye.
Hate saying that, because I feel like Vince McMahon, like probably Barramania was better on the
like the thing is as well as like this isn't Fear and Loathing.
Yeah, totally.
Like Fear and Loathing still to happen, so this is like something totally different.
Aye, like Fear and Loathing's like, you're gonna get some fucking matches.
Aye.
You know what I mean? And
like, this was sort of just like, well, a lot of other places do a show the same night as WrestleMania.
It was awesome.
So,
like they done some really cool stuff.
Aye. But like, I don't know, like, I'm
very much invested in people that I never thought I'd care about in ICW. Especially when we first started to get properly into it. It's just like, Dickie Divers.
Aye.
I love them.
Face like people.
Indeed. You know, they just have this way of like, just building characters in a really smart way that makes you legitimately care about what happens.
Aye.
Bravo.
Before we talk about
worth the money.
Before we talk about the WrestleMania,
yes,
I would just like to tell the audience a tale of us being out the Friday night before the Sunday of Barramania, in which we saw the fabled.
Oh, that pure crazy intense dude. Yeah.
That guy that we've talked about before on ICW that was like pushing me back from like being near.
See, when I think about when that happened, you weren't even near them.
Oh, I wasn't at all. It wasn't like at me, like even like they weren't even like at me.
That was the Christmas one, wasn't it?
Aye,
they were fucking miles away from us.
Like, I'm pretty sure, like, if you watch that on ICW On Demand, like, I'm in the camera shot and he just like comes out in front of me and like blocks me. Like,
I'd never thought of that, but then thinking back, we were like nowhere fucking close.
I think like by the time they I'm pretty sure whoever it was that was out, I think it was Renfrew.
It was Renfrew in the Hardcore Holiday.
I'm pretty sure I like patted Renfrew on the back. Like I was close, but like
no, that'll have been when he came through the crowd at the end. They never came near us really.
No, they totally didn't.
Like on the way through back to the ring, they were like 3 people away from us or something, but. No, I'd never thought about that. It's fucking stupid. It was
just
so
when you're
dumb.
You're like, Stephen. And I was like, what? He's like, you're like, look behind you. And I like turned around and I just like turned back around and was like, get back!
I don't know, whatever. I'm sure he had good intentions, but it was funny as fuck.
It
was. So, WrestleMania.
Aye.
There was a whole bunch of other stuff happened that weekend that I've not seen yet.
Of course,
there was Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor.
Yes.
There was like 2 Evolve shows.
Yep.
There was like a super show that had like Evolve and Dragon Gate and a bunch of indie stuff together.
That's a cool idea doing that.
I fully plan on watching. That like Dragon Gate and Evolve and stuff are all like affiliated with each other, and they're showing on the same online like viewing platform. So they did, it was like the World Wrestling Network or something. Right. So they did like the World Wrestling Network Super Show.
Right, that's cool.
Or something.
I watched about half an hour of Hood Slam's Entertainer.
Right.
Sorry. It was fucking weird.
Aye.
Dan Reichert was there.
Yep.
They like call him out.
Aye.
In the audience. Aye.
Really?
He's like ringside.
Brilliant.
Because like a lot of the wrestlers just come out dressed as video game characters.
Aye.
Like Ken and Cammy come out.
How's the actual wrestlers get? Is it actually?
Aye. There's like obviously there's a lot of it's like comedy.
Aye.
Like there's a guy called Fong and it's just a fat guy and it's a fucking obese nerdy gamer. That's what it stands for. Mm-hmm. And then there's Link comes out and it's Link the hero of Hyrule, but it's spelled like high as in like get high.
Yep.
And high's capitalised.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Zangief comes out, but Zangief and Zangief Player 2 and it's basically Miz and Miz now. But it's Zangief.
Sure.
And I'm just like, I get why this is like maybe one of the best things ever, but it looks like somebody's filmed it on a potato.
On a potato?
Aye, and there's just folk getting high in the audience, and they have a code word in case the police show up. Like...
Right, okay. I'm probably going to watch that.
All the stuff's on YouTube. It's like a 3-hour show.
Fuck. Right, okay. So, WrestleMania.
Yep.
We missed the pre-show.
Aye, we did.
Because we wwere at the...
I forgot to go back and watch it for this.
I watched the Battle Royal. I've not watched the tag match.
Right.
So we'll skip the tag match, I guess. It was Kid and Cesaro retained their titles against New Day, Los Matadores and the Usos.
Mm-hmm.
I think instead of going, like, talking about WrestleMania, then talking about the Raw after WrestleMania, we should just talk about what happened on the Raw after WrestleMania as it applies to each match.
Right, okay.
Have you watched Raw?
No.
Do you want me to ruin it for you?
Sure.
Right, okay.
I looked up basically like most of what happened.
Right.
Like, well, especially with like who debuted and stuff.
So Kid and Cesaro retained the titles against the New Day, against Los Matadores, who are way better fucking wrestlers than I thought they were, and the Usos. As a follow-up to this match, on Raw we had Kid and Cesaro and the Ascension.
Right. Okay.
Together.
Right.
Which was nice to see the Ascension doing something that actually matters. And they done some kind of cool stuff in the match as well.
Cool.
They still need to get the fuck away from those shoulder pads and face paint, but whatever. Against the New Day and the Lucha Dragons, who debuted.
Yes. They did. Oh no.
So the New Day got booed out of the building.
Right. Okay.
So, and then like started tweeting about like how the fans suck and stuff. So they might have like a an impromptu heel turn going.
I feel like if they were just like now like they're kind of like there might be like they kind of
preachy
like preachers. See if they were just like, no, we're a fucking cult and we're insane.
I thought they were going to be bad guys. I thought that's what the twist was going to be. Because like all the vignettes were like them with a choir and all that. Right? I thought the twist was going to be was that they're like fucking dicks.
Aye.
You know what I mean? And like Xavier Woods is good at talking, so I thought it was going to be like Xavier Woods like preaching and shit, and then like I and my two pals will batter you, kind of thing.
If they done like a kind of Bo Dallasy like CM Punky kind of thing where it's like, well, we're better than you because we're like,
oh totally,
we're enlightened.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought it was going to be, but was not to be. But yeah, they might be going down that road, which would be perfect for those guys because all three of them are pretty good wrestlers. I
really like Xavier Woods.
He's a cool guy. Like all three are good wrestlers, and like that would totally work. I think.
Sure.
So they were teaming with the Lucha Dragons.
The batteries didn't win bar on this.
Oh shit. Is it flashing or anything?
No.
I don't know. What was that? Do you know?
It was at 3 when I found it on.
Oh shit. Okay. Right. Have you got batteries?
Yeah.
Do you want to like stop here and then put them together?
Aye. Just pause it.
We're going to take a quick break.
We need
to put batteries in the Zoom recorder.
In fact, there might be a couple in here.
And we are back.
Hello.
We had to get batteries. What the fuck was I talking about? The Raw match. The aftermath of this Fatal 4-Way tag match.
Right.
And the Lucha Dragons debuted, and the New Day look like they're probably going to heel turn, which would be perfect.
Yep.
Okay. So, Kalisto had never been on the main roster before.
Yes.
But Sin Cara had been.
Yes.
From the Lucha Dragons. So, Kalisto got a lot of airtime here. Him and Cesaro did some awesome stuff, man. Yeah. Some really, really, really cool stuff. And the crowd was going crazy because it's all the same people who were at Mania.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So, like, they know who Kalisto is. And they're going fucking crazy. And the Ascension were basically just being dicks to Cesaro and Kid, even though they were partners, which was great. They were like tagging themselves in and stuff just because they don't give a fuck. And the New Day basically just get booed the full match.
Okay. Yep.
And when they would shout New Day, people would shout sucks back.
I thought you were going to say they shouted Boo Day, and I would have been like really happy.
That would be better, but that's easy to say now. Then we had the 30-man Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Fuck, right, okay.
Won by the Big Show. I guess that makes sense.
Sure.
Aye.
Yeah,
well. So it started with Curtis Axel standing in the middle of everyone and tearing his vest like Hulk Hogan, and then everyone picked him up and threw him out in 38 seconds.
I feel like
obviously.
I feel like the combination of that's going to be like really shitty because it's probably going to be like Hogan will show up and be like, "What you doing?"
That's happened already.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are you still doing it?
Aye.
All right.
We're on the road to Extreme Rules.
I heard that. I was just like,
amazing.
I was just like, see if they actually called it that, but it'd be like the best thing ever.
They've got like loads of them as well, like Axel Ground instead of Battleground.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Axel Slam, SummerSlam, Axe Survivor Series.
No, that's
tables, ladders, chairs, and stairs, and Curtis Axel.
You have to fight in a Curtis Axel match.
To be fair, that guy's been given nothing but bullshit and has like owned it.
Aye.
He's been so good. He's great. Like I think he's won a match like in like 6 months.
Aye.
But like every time he's on TV, I get excited because it's really entertaining.
We need to go on WWE 2K15 and see if anyone's made any Axelmania.
They will have. And the first thing he says is like, "Don't change the channel."
Aye.
And I just think that's great. It's just such a dick thing to say. So, like, how do you want to go about this? Just talk about the highlights of the match.
Sure. I mean,
I
never seen it, so.
Okay.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah. Bo Dallas came back.
Yay!
Aye, he's growing a beard.
Aye.
You know who else has a beard? His brother, Bray Wyatt.
Yep.
So.
What if Bo Dallas just went away and they came back and it was the Wyatt brothers? And he was the lantern.
He just can't.
Just walks out swinging Bo Dallas.
We should make that happen. I could get into that. Hideo Watami was in it from NXT. He won that tournament.
He won.
He'd done some cool shit. Got eliminated by Big Show.
Did he do the go to sleep?
No, but he did at an NXT house show.
I did see that. Did you see the absolute shade he was throwing CM Punk?
Aye, they're like friends.
Are they?
It's no. Aye.
It was still shade. Shade's shade.
Aye, though.
Shade's still shade when it's shade.
It's throwing daggers.
Aye.
So
it's amazing because like he's really good, but also can like actually no speak hardly in English.
He couldn't.
Neither can I in that sense. But
he literally couldn't speak English when he came to WWE.
Aye.
So he's came very far very quickly.
Because I seen him like on NXT and he was just like, "I'm going to fight someone."
Aye.
And I was just like, "Aye."
Did you see like the like video from the crowd of him doing the GTS?
Aye.
And folk just like waiting.
Aye. Folk just went bush.
It's amazing. And Breeze like owned it. He just looked like he died.
Aye.
He just went limp.
Aye. I really like him as well. I like that.
Aye.
I just NXT.
Aye, Big Show won. The big main point of this match was towards the end. It was Big Show, Mizdow and Miz at the end, and Mizdow put the Miz out.
Yeah.
And now they're having like an actual rivalry that went on to Raw. He got jumped after his match by the Miz and stuff. But he still comes out to the Miz's walkout music and video.
Okay.
Obviously.
But if he was just like, I'm gonna like kill Miz and then take his place.
I'm just scared that like after this, like he doesn't have anything.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
He needs a thing.
So to open the main show, we had the ladder match, which I got in like just as like the last guy who entered got to the ring.
I think I was. I think I missed a wee bit more than that. I made food because I was fucking starving.
I was straight up to the TV.
I came in as like someone was getting battled with a ladder.
So Daniel Bryan defeated Bad News Barrett, R-Truth, Dean Ambrose, Luke Harper, Dolph Ziggler, and Stardust. Stardust, who brought his own ladder, his own sparkly ladder.
I came in to it when, like, just before Stardust got his own ladder out.
And then he, like, Wade Barrett tore a bit off it and just started hitting people with it.
Aye.
And it was amazing.
Like, someone get hit with it and, like, all the glitter came off it. Aye.
This match was exactly what it had to be. Like, total carnage.
Aye.
Dean Ambrose looked like he died.
Oh my
God. That was horrendous.
Oh.
Apparently the superplex off the ladder, like, in person, looked even worse.
Aye. Is he like alright?
Ah, he's fine. I think he cut the back of his head.
Oh.
So that's why there was people around him, like so they didn't get blood on TV. Which towards the end of the night, they seemed to abandon that idea.
Aye.
So, what do you think of the match? Who did you want to win? Who did you think would win?
I mean, I like Daniel Bryan's totally. That makes sense.
Aye.
Because what's that? Now he gets a shot at the IC.
He won the IC title.
He won the IC title.
Aye, that's what was hanging above the ring.
Right, so that makes sense. I would have liked pretty much anyone on this.
Aye, that's what I was like going into it. I was pretty much fine with anybody winning.
I really like Luke Harper.
Yes.
So
he had the belt for 2 weeks.
Don't really know. I don't really. R-Truth's not really. I don't really.
Aye.
I've not really seen him fight much. But that's just me being ignorant.
I think if the plan is to like raise the IC title and the US title, then having Daniel Bryan be the IC champion and put on awesome wrestling matches is a great idea.
Yep.
So
because I really like Daniel Bryan, but I've like not seen enough of Daniel Bryan.
Aye.
So
then we had Orton and Rollins.
Sure.
That was something else, man.
It was intense.
People have said it was a bit too slow of a match. I didn't really feel that way. I liked the pace of it. I liked how it built up to the end. That was great. And the end was incredible. The RKO. That was probably the best ever.
Mid-air RKO.
I thought they were going to try and do it out of the Phoenix Splash at one point. I was like, that would be ridiculous and like impossible.
Something I was going to ask you, and no, I can't remember what it was. Right, no, because it would just be a reversal. But I thought, like, has anyone tried to like go for an RKO, right, and then just like stopped it, and then just like done a backflip, and like pulled them down onto their back?
Huh?
You know what I mean? Like slammed them, like it'd be like, see if you reverse it.
Orton did a backflip.
Aye, like
that's a move.
And is it?
Mm-hmm.
Aye.
That's Kalisto's finisher.
Is it? That's quality.
And like Brian Kendrick's finisher.
Aye.
And a bunch of other people.
Brian Kendrick is on that Hood Slam show.
Aye. Cool.
The Brian Kendrick.
He's awesome.
Aye.
Orton, Rollins went for the curb stomp. And
yes.
like Orton like stood up and like fired him into the air. And then RKO'd him out of the air.
It was like
it was
something like Smash Brothers or something.
Aye, it was outrageous.
Air juggle.
People were just going fucking crazy on Twitter and that.
I think it was on Facebook, like
immediately.
literally like 5 minutes after it happened, like even less than that.
I think it was on like Sports Centre or something.
Aye.
It's crazy, man. And J&J Security were there, obviously. I can't wait for next year's inevitable J&J Security match where they're against each other.
Aye.
That won't happen, but I'd love. That'd be so dumb. They get like double DDT'd on the ground. I thought that was a shoe-in for match of the night until we got to the end of the show. Then we had Triple H Sting.
Yes.
Which was oddly placed in the show, I thought.
It was right in the middle. I guess it makes sense, I guess.
Aye. It was the longest match of the show as well.
Aye.
Apparently at some point it became a no DQ match. I don't know when that happened.
Well, like before WrestleMania?
Aye, probably in the pre-show or something. What did you think of this one?
I wanted Sting to win.
Aye. Yeah. It's a weird match, man.
I wanted Sting to make more hot on the Triple H.
I feel like they wrote this match before they realised that Sting was actually in pretty good shape.
Aye.
Because like he jumped off the top rope to the floor and stuff. He was doing drop kicks and he looked alright.
Aye.
It was good enough. Triple H's entrance was dumb as fuck.
That was amazing. It was so good.
So stupid.
Dun 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 dun.
So basically the gist of this match was they wrestled for a bit and it was way better than I ever thought it would be.
Aye.
And then DX ran down and Billy Gunn still looks like he could smash fuck out like half the main roster. Billy Gunn and Road Dogg and DX ran down and they helped Triple H, and then HBK ran through the crowd and super kicked Sting, and then the NWO came out, and like Hogan looked exhausted from punching someone once and still wants to have like a last match, and then they just like all fought, and then eventually Triple H won, and it was carnage. It was cool for what it was, man.
Aye.
It was nostalgia, silliness.
Sting's entrance was weird as shit.
I hate to break it to you, but wrestling isn't real, so this kind of stuff happens.
Aye.
And it was fine. It was dumb.
I just seen folk like what's Sting's entrance of it.
It was cool.
And I was like, that was cool, but it was like weird.
Apparently it was really cool live. Apparently it was like way better live.
I just think it would have been cool if he'd like done something scary.
Sting's always been like minimal though.
Aye.
It's like he'd either just drop down for the ceiling and like that
he
would be
like,
it, or he'd
came
just
down
walk.
from the ceiling with like angel, like black angel wings on.
There was no ceiling.
Aye, like for a helicopter.
He's done that before.
No.
He'd either just walk down the ramp with a bat or like drop from the ceiling with a bat, and like that was it.
I like the idea that Sting's like, I know he's like the Crow, but he's like also basically just like a Streets of Rage character. He's just like got a bat.
Yep.
He's just like, I'm gonna hit you with it.
Yep. Aye, it was good, man. Like I was surprised how Sting like didn't wrestle in a t-shirt and like actually looked in good shape.
Aye.
He should be bald. There's a massive bald spot in the middle of his long hair. And when he sweated, it like showed it, and it just looked weird. Like, Sting's went crazy and shaved his head. WrestleMania 32.
Because like Undertaker shaved his head and it looked fucking terrible. Maybe they're like, don't.
I don't know. No, I liked that. I thought
it looked really bad.
No, I thought it looked cool.
But like he also kind of looked like shit, like last year as well. So
yeah, we'll get on to that.
Aye.
We'll get on to that. Apparently Sting did some post-Raw interview on the WWE Network about the match, and then Bo Dallas came out to tell him all he has to do is believe because he lost, and then he battled Bo Dallas.
Yeah.
Aye.
That's amazing.
Next we had AJ Lee and Paige versus the Bella Twins. It was fine.
Aye, totally.
You know, it was alright. For a match that involved the Bella Twins.
You can look but you can't touch.
Yep. For a match that involved the Bella Twins, it was good enough.
Aye.
And this actually happened to be AJ's last match.
Yep.
Because she retired.
Not even a retirement match.
Aye, but she won at WrestleMania, so...
Aye, she done that fucking submission she does is quality.
Aye, it's cool, innit? And she makes it look very easy, which makes it look
It's quite
cooler.
good that they've like opened up, because like Paige is like basically new AJ Lee, like in her look and that. She's like kind of like Paige is kind of like Rocky.
Aye,
no,
I guess.
AJ Lee's kind of like Rocky.
Aye.
And she's like kind of, well, not gothic, but like it's kind of
yeah.
like, it's like more kind of like.
I get what you mean, just that she's no like tanned and like
Aye.
fucking.
Paige is like more.
She's there to wrestle.
Her style's more relevant now as well though.
She's there
like,
to wrestle.
Aye.
Is the point you're getting at? I think.
Oh no, I just mean that like in that like AJ Lee's like kind of how like when you were a kid and you liked Avril Lavigne, but now you listen to A Day to Remember. It's
Aye.
like that, like so now they can like basically bring up any like diva that they want.
Aye.
Because like
We were
they
saying,
have
like,
that like different one.
Aye, we were saying like right before we hit play on recording this that like what are the bets on our Raw on Monday debut for someone from NXT to replace AJ Lee basically.
I really hope it's Charlotte.
Aye.
I do like Charlotte.
Apparently Vince McMahon was at the NXT house show before Mania and like thought it was incredible, especially the women's match.
Fucking took him long enough to realise that.
Aye.
Old bastard.
So next we had Cena and Rusev. Rusev came out in a tank and a silk tracksuit.
Rusev's entrance was like the best thing.
And then Cena just came out with like his tea towel and...
Fuck that, man. That looks dumb like on Raw. So see when he comes out to like an, what was it, 80,000 like capacity crowd in an arena and holds up this tiny fucking tea towel that says never give up on it and stands like this with it and then throws it away.
It's dumb as fuck.
Looks like an idiot. Looks like a total idiot. Just bring out a full size towel. Like
what a beach towel,
Jesus
you
Christ.
dick.
What the fuck? He could have came out and had it like kind of like Rusev's flag comes down in Raw when it's like for the season. He should have just done that and it said never give up on
It's
it.
just a massive towel. It's not even a flag, it's a huge towel.
Aye. Like drives himself off on it. Runs in.
Oh man.
Fucking I'm going to burn all his details.
It was a good match again.
Aye.
I didn't think it was quite as good as the Fastlane one.
When's
Didn't have enough of Rusev kicking him in the dick.
When's WWE coming here?
Like next week.
Okay.
How?
Don't know. Just try and get someone on the show. On the show. Paul Heyman, like here, Paul Heyman.
Well, I did that gig set up in Brayhead Shopping Centre, and it was like for AJ Lee and Santino, and I like didn't know until the next day, because all I was doing was setting up and going home.
If you get asked to work, I reckon you should just be like, here. Here's, see the details getting default.
Aye, like last year or whatever when they were here.
Aye.
I had to go set up a gig and just leave it once it was set up, and it was for like Zack Ryder, Santino, and AJ Lee.
Aye.
And they just been like, woo, 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 you know it. Was
it for like a signing or something?
Aye, something I don't know.
Woo, woo, woo.
Fucking Long Island IC, son.
Sure.
I'm unashamed of how much I like Zack Ryder. Aye, see that on Rusev, man, they put on good matches. You know what I mean?
Aye. No, they're good.
They're good at the wrestling.
They're Lana threw her shoe at fucking John Cena.
Aye, I know. The fallout of that was that they're doing it again at Extreme Rules.
That makes sense. Sure.
I'm waiting for Lana to leave Rusev and just be like, trick, I'm American.
Go with John Cena.
Aye. There wasn't enough of Rusev kicking Cena in the dick.
That should be Cena's new thing.
He just gets kicked in the dick.
They should make him turn heel, and his thing is just he kicks folk in the dick.
I could get behind that.
Aye. I feel like they should just make Rusev like the good guy, and be like, I've beat John Cena so many times. I know Cena won this match,
and I took all his tills.
Aye. Now I will never give up. Never give up the communism.
Never give up on kicking Cena in the dick.
And you just like, what they should do is like, they should have Lana and Rusev just be like, yo, fooled. And like Rusev should just run out to like a Russian version of John Cena's walkout music with a tiny red tea towel that just has like the sickle thing on it, and just be like, and then he battles him, kicks him. All he does is repeatedly kick him in the dick. That's the match.
That'd be great.
Extreme Rules dick kick match. That's what it's called.
Then we had Undertaker, Bray Wyatt.
Holy fuck.
Before which it came out that Bray Wyatt had horrendously sprained his ankle in the ring warming up.
He just came out and fought anyway.
And was like in a cast all day.
Aye.
And then wasn't on Raw because he's injured.
Jesus Christ.
But that match was awesome, man.
Was.
Some people kind of didn't like that. I liked everything about it. It was kind of a lose-lose as far as who was going to win, because it's both guys kind of were due the win, I guess. But they done it in a way that Bray Wyatt looked great doing it, and doing the crab walk like up to Taker and then Taker sitting up was like cool as anything.
And like Wyatt just like collapsed. It was just like, oh, and I was like, oh, that was really cool.
Undertaker looked really healthy.
Aye, he did.
Like really healthy. I'd really like to see him next year and have his retirement match, because he's from Texas. It's in Texas, so. I
feel like Wyatt's entrance as well.
With the scarecrows was awesome.
Terrifying.
So that takes us to the main event.
Yep.
We're kind of short in time here, so.
Aye.
This takes us to the main event.
The main event, yes. I know.
Oh my.
I know.
I don't know if this is me just saying this because it happened so recently, but that might be my favourite WrestleMania main event ever.
Aye.
Man.
That was intense. It was so good. It was so good. And they couldn't have done it the way, like, we were obviously talking about what we wanted to happen on the other show, and they done it.
They done it better.
They done it,
Done it even better.
Aye.
So we started off with Lesnar Reigns, which in itself was outstanding,
so
man. Roman Reigns is really good.
He is.
He's really good. That match, that was snug. That match, man, they beat the shit out of each other.
It was that Suplex City bitch.
Suplex City bitch.
It's just like became a hang now.
Aye.
But like that second one that he hit him with, and he just like nearly goes out the ring. Like he throws him so hard he nearly falls out the ring.
They beat the fucking snot out of each other.
Beat each other's dicks off.
And this eventually led to Reigns pushing Lesnar into the apron, where Lesnar got horrendously cut open. I don't know if that was a cut he'd done, and then that was like how they opened it up or something. But Jesus Christ,
where was that?
It's like there. Like, it was like in his hair.
Aye.
You could see it stitched
his
up.
His mouth was bleeding as well.
You could see it stitched up on Raw. Aye, they started just punching fuck out each other right at the start and like immediately cut each other open.
Because he was just like suplex city bitch and just like blood came out his mouth.
No, because they were just battering each other at the start. And they had one hell of a match, man. It was absolutely fantastic. And then we had a couple of firsts throughout this match. So both guys laid out in the ring, and Seth Rollins' music hits. I was watching this at 4 AM in my house and was stood up in the dark with like my hands on my head, just like, holy fuck, no way. And he just like, he's sprinting down the ramp, and there's an amazing picture from behind him where you just see him pure running like fuck down the ramp, and he gets in, and for the first time ever, from what I can remember, cashed in Money in the Bank mid-match to insert himself in a match instead of making a match. And this is the first time anyone's ever cashed in at WrestleMania.
Yes.
So he kicks Reigns out the ring, he curb stomps Lesnar, he goes to curb stomp Lesnar again, he gets caught for an F5, Reigns spears Lesnar and Lesnar falls out the ring, Rollins curb stomps Reigns and pins him to win the title, and then just fucks off, just runs away, and it was just perfect. It was so good, so good. It was so well done.
Yep.
Lesnar didn't get pinned. Reigns looked like a tank because it took 2 people to beat him.
Yep.
And the right guy left with the belt. Bravo.
Well done.
So the follow-up to this was on Raw. Rollins wasn't there yet. So Lesnar came out at the start in full wrestling gear to demand his rematch, because if you lose your belt you get a rematch for some reason. I don't know. Because wrestling. And demanded a rematch, which he was told he would get.
Right.
And then Rollins came out later on in the show for the rematch, and then was just like, you know what? Nah. And then just ran away through the crowd. So Lesnar like threw the announce table onto JBL and Booker T.
Oh my god.
F5'd Michael Cole so hard his shoes came off, and then F5'd a cameraman twice and got suspended indefinitely.
Oh my god.
I would assume until SummerSlam. Aye, so Lesnar's gone for a while.
Alright.
And Rollins just fucked off. And Roman Reigns was in the main event in like a 6-man tag.
Okay.
And they have since announced Rollins Orton at Extreme Rules.
Okay. Yep.
For the title, and Rusev Cena at Extreme Rules for the US title.
Sure.
And that was that.
Right.
That was the wrestling.
That was it. That was them all.
What did you think of everything?
It was really
It was a really good WrestleMania, man.
Yeah, really good.
It's a classic. Aye.
Aye.
That's about it, really. We'll be back
soon.
In a few weeks.
Yeah.
After Extreme Rules. Extreme Rules. I'm going to show you that as soon as we hit stop on this.
I've seen it.
What, with Neville coming out and all that?
Aye.
Well, might watch it again anyway. Aye. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
Cheery bye.
Bye bye.